Hello, good morning everybody. Thank you for coming to take a look at my latest journal. This is a kind of in-between project that I've done. I've used a few kits in this one, both from Artymaze and Mrs Cogs. And the book that I've used is the Hedgehog Feast, Edith Holden. So the kits that I've used is Artymaze's Ferns and Mushrooms, and I've also used some of her Nature Walk and a couple of the eco papers. And then Mrs Cogs, I've used Mystical Mushrooms and Gnomes, Fairies and Small Garden Friends. So you'll see those as we go through. It is a large book, this one, the Hedgehog Feast. I don't know if anybody have the book. It's got a lovely story in it, and the story is intact inside. Measurement wise, it's 9 3/4 wide by 9 3/4 tall, 7 1/4 wide, so you can see it's quite big, and the spine is about 2.5 inches or so. The fabric that I've put on the spine, it's I think the birch trees or something, so to me that looked like the wood or the forest that the animals are having their feast in. And it's got a tassel on there as well, and the tassel, it is detachable. You can see that, so it has some beads on it, and it's all greens and browns of the forest. The closure that I've used is just some elastic. It is a stretch elastic, so if you don't like that, obviously you can take it off, but I just thought it was nice and stretchy with the big book, and it was the right sort of colours. So if we take a look through, and can't remember if I've said, but there are 3 signatures in this, and so that's at least 150 pages in this one, so there is quite a lot going on. Hopefully it'll all fit in screen. There we go. So on the front cover here, I've put some card over the book page cover, because that was just a plain brown. The fabric, again, I've used the same, and it's a hidden spine, hidden signature, so the 3 are stitched in so you can't see the stitching on the outside. The pocket there is lace, and I've made a couple of things to go in. So this is just, hopefully I'm on screen, yeah. So this is just a pocket there with one of the mystical mushroom images from Mrs Cogs. And I've put a little fabric trim on the edge there. And then this is a little tuck spot made out of a couple of envelopes that I've put Artymaze's collage papers on. So on the inside there's a little tuck spot just there, and that's one of from the Gnomes and Fairies, and a little ticket there, and then again the magical mysteries, the mystical mushrooms. I'm on with the Beatles. There we go, and there's a couple of journaling cards. I'll put those in a minute, that go in there as well. So here, this is the first page of the book. So this is an window envelope that I've flipped up to make a little tuck spot there. There's some journaling cards in there, a mix of cards. So there's a little pocket just there with a little gnome on it. This one is from Mrs Cogs, so the fairies one, and they all are having a party at the the Hedgehog Feast. And then there's just a card in the back there that says today is full of possibilities, and that, I think, that's where the gnomes and fairies live. And they just go in there. Some fabric tabs. There's the hedgehog on its way to its feast. So as I say, I've kept the story intact all the way through this. Let's move across slightly. Little mushroom there, little hedgehog just there, and a little fuzzy trim there, some journaling space, and this is one of the pages from Artymaze's kit, the ferns and mushrooms. There's a tuck spot just there. That's just some book page. Sorry, that one, I put some extra paper on it, just so that there's a little bit more journaling space just there. Edith Holden page with a squirrel on. And then this is the Nature Walk, one of the pages from the Nature Walk kit. and one of the eco pages that I've just done some stenciling on. So there is, although it's a big book with lots going on, there is still a lot of room to journal in this one. This is a pocket made out of some book pages that I've collaged some papers onto. So again, the mystical mushrooms and one of the little gnome images there. And there's the gnomes having a picnic themselves. And one of the cards from Artymaze's kit. That just fits in there. And then there's a card, a journaling card there with some birds on and space to journal on the back. And then on the back of that, there's an image there of some blue tits and just some paper there that I've put on with a little wool trim. And then there's a journaling card that fits in there. And this tells you about some information about the little blue tits, different coal tits, great tits, and some journaling space on there. That's a nice big pocket to use there. Another book page there. And some of the fairies. I just thought Artymaze's ferns and mushrooms kit just loaned itself so well to gnomes and fairies. Another card there with a little tuck spot. Some more of that birch fabric there. Some Edith Holden. Book page there with animals, some animals on off to the feast. This actually comes out. So this was inspired by Roxy's creation, so thank you, Roxy. So some book pages there, journaling space on the back, and a little card in there from Edith Holden. That's some more book page, and there's some more journaling space on there. That could be stuck onto the page if you wanted to, but I wanted to leave as much journaling space as I could, so I've left it as a floating pocket, I think you call it. And then on the back there's another card. So that's a napkin that's been decoupaged onto some paper, and one of the cards from Artymaze's kit. And there's the hedgehog there. That's the centre of the first signature. So as you see, some washi tape there just to reinforce the pages because they were quite thin. I didn't want them to tear when I stitched it in. So a little fold out here. The little journaling card in there. Some book pages, little card there. So I've been binge watching Roxy's creation, so thanks Roxy for your inspiration. So lots of journaling space, as I say. And a large card there with the images from Artymaze. Another large journaling card. Some nice book page there. And that fabric, I hope you can see it has the snails on. I've nearly used all that up now. I shall be sad when it's gone. Some more journaling space just there on that book page. Little tuck spot. Book page. Some more of the little gnomes there. And a fabric trim down the side of that page. And then this is the remains of an envelope that I had left over. So I've collaged some papers on there. This is the background papers from Artymaze. Another journaling card in there. Some stenciling on that. And again the Nature Walk book page. There's another tuck spot there with just some little journaling paper in there. These little bits of cotton, they get everywhere, don't they? There are some marks on the book pages because, as I say, it is a book. It is a used book, but they're not torn or anything like that. Again, some more journaling space and a little trim there. Little of the tuck spots there with a journaling card on. A little rabbit. Edith Holden page, and that again is from the Nature Walk. Again, double pocket, triple pocket I guess there. Some more of the papers from Artymaze. I think these are antique papery papers. That's an Artymaze bushroom, an Artymaze butterfly just there. and that's one of Mrs Cogs' mystical mushrooms. And then another journaling card there with an Edith Holden page tucked in. And this one is an image of a woodpecker. He looks quite mean, I think, sat there on that page. And there's some information about the woodpecker on a journaling card. These are beautiful images in this book. The book page there, some more of the gnomes. You can see those. Yeah. One of the pockets from the kit. I've just added a butterfly to that. Nice journaling card. I love this image. And then it does open. So that opens out for some extra journaling space. It just tucks in there. Butterflies. Again, the floating pocket there, made from book pages. There's actually a little mouse. I don't know if you can see the little mouse. And a little cat walking on there. Some nice journaling space and a card in there. And that one again has the extra fold on it so that there's more room to write. And then on the back there again, that's a napkin that's been put onto some paper. And some of the images there from Mrs Cogs. And chopping up the apples ready for the party. And then again, one of the pages, oops, upside down, so that folds out. Little journal, again, the little hedgehog on there. Some journaling cards there. And that image there of the badger. And another large journaling card there. More butterflies. Edith Holden. And again, one of the pockets that come with the kit, and I've just stuck a couple of the gnomes on that one. And then there's some journaling space there. And that actually does lift out, so when you've used it up, you can replace it. That just fits under that band there. It's just clipped together with some insect paper. So you can see it is a big book. Gnome there hiding behind the mushroom, saying hello to the grasshopper. Some more fabric trim there. Another large journaling card, and that's one of the pages from Artymaze that I've cut down to use as a tag. And then there's a long pocket here, a quote from Edith Holden there, and some mushrooms. And then there's a long ticket in there with a little pocket on it with one of the magical mushrooms on it. And that's on the back as well, so you can journal on that. As I was doing this, I was a bit worried that there wasn't much space to journal, but the more I look at it, the more space there is. There are quite a few pages, and there's lots of blank space that you can utilise. And you know, you can even write on this page of Artymazes. It's just, they are just such beautiful pages. One of the Tim Holtz little, I don't know what you call it, tuck spots there. Get in. And then at the back there, there's a journaling card, and that's from Artymaze's ephemera pack. And then on the inside, that just opens up with another snippet ruffle. I don't know what you call them, little trimmy thing, and some writing space there. And then the back of that small one, some more card there. And then the last signature. Little tuck spot there, the little gnomes on. Lovely image there of that squirrel. You see, I've stuck mushrooms on everything. I just love the images. Some more journaling space just there. Another card there. Little beetles. Another Edith Holden paper there. And again, I think this is the Nature Walk page. This one is stuck in. So again, the three place pocket. That's an Edith Holden picture there. And again, some collaging on that. There's some lovely images on. I love this green paper from Artymaze, it's beautiful. And then on the back there again, just a little flip with some writing paper on. And I think these birds are waxwings. Yeah, waxwing, and there's some information about it there, but I had to cut off the last little sentence because I just couldn't bring myself to cut the bird. So to make it fit, the last sentence had to be forfeit. And that again is a journaling card. And then one of the tags on these from Artymaze. In you go. Again, the little gnomes and fairies. Corner tuck just there. And again, some journaling space there for you. And of course you can write on this as well. There's just another little tuck spot just there. Again, the hedgehogs. I do like that little image there. Again, this is the floating pocket. And that one again folds out. That just tucks in there. Some journaling space on the back there. And then on the back, just a journaling card, a couple of butterflies and one of the images from Artymaze. It looks a very surprised squirrel there. Again, the centre of the last signature. This says hedgehog there because a couple of other pages to go, the book page that was opposite that one is about information about the hedgehog. But I left it as it was because I thought if you didn't like it, you could cover it up, but there is room to put something on here. And opposite it, I did put the envelope that I made with the little hedgehog on it. And again, that opens up and there's some journaling space just there, little tuck spot just there. And then the little image of the hedgehog just there, snuffling. Oops, clip it in. Clips better that way, there we go. Another large journaling card just in there. A little gnome or fairy there looking surprised to see the bird. Some more of the mushrooms. And the book page. Another tuck spot just there. I forget what the name of the book was that Mrs Cogs used for those images. It does say. And again, I think that's a little bear. Maybe. There's another fabric trim there. And again, part of an envelope that I had left over that I've just decoupaged on. And there's another large journaling card. And I think that's from the, oh, it says Nature's Walk, so I think that one is from the Nature Walk kit. One of this is a CD envelope, and one of the images from from Artymaze that actually fit in. Brilliant idea that, Andrea. So that just fits into the CD case perfectly. And I've collaged one of Artymaze's papers on there, and some of the mushrooms. Flips up so that there's some journaling space on the back there. And where I've attached it, I've just made a little slot to put another little journaling card. And of course you can still journal on that as well. There we go. And then at the back, little tag there and some more journaling paper. And then this is the facts about the hedgehogs, which is why that other page said the hedgehog. And then on the back, this might be from Majestic Birds, I'm not sure. I think it was Nature Walk. But there is a large, it is a pocket at the top. There's a large journaling card that goes in there. Sorry, I'm at a funny angle trying to get that in there, but it does fit nicely. Some more mushrooms in there. And then on the back page again, covered with the card and another little envelope. So it is a big journal. I did contemplate taking some pages out, but it just didn't look right when I did, so I've left them all in. So it is a big heavy book. As I say, it weighs about 900 grams, but I really like it. I'm really pleased with the way it turned out, and I hope that you like it as well. Some lovely kits and some lovely images in there, and I'd like to thank you very much for coming to watch. Any questions, please ask. I'd be happy to answer. Thank you so much. Bye bye.